So something I've been known to say over here on the channel is that the transfer portal taketh, and it taketh from everywhere, but the transfer portal also giveth. And today, we need to talk about Kalen DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide getting a massive win at a position of major need. A win we talked about just this morning that looked to be happening, or at least we hope would happen. As former Wake Forest cornerback Dashawn Jones has announced his intention to transfer to the University of Alabama today, we need to talk about why this is such a key win. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill. I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes, N for no. Are you excited that Jones commits to Alabama? And let me know what you're thinking. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. As those interactions seem small, they truly are massive to content creators such as myself, and both getting picked up and maintained by the YouTube algorithm. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And we've talked about this situation a lot, so I'll be sure to be brief here today. But Dashawn Jones to Alabama is a major win for Kalen DeBoer and company. And listen, Kalen DeBoer has done solid work in the transfer portal. Yes, Alabama has lost players, but the majority of those losses came before Kalen DeBoer ever arrived. Since he's gotten here, he's had some nice additions to this team. We're talking Jeremy Bernard. We're talking Cuevas. We're talking Parker Brailsford. We're talking about Keon Sabb. We're talking about Cam Howard. And now we're sitting here talking about Dashawn Jones. So Kalen DeBoer and company have been able to identify needs on this Alabama roster and be able to try and get in wins that will help with those needs. Not to mention that we've talked about this time and time again. I love the young talent Alabama has at cornerback, but getting in a Dashawn Jones only affords you more flexibility. It affords you more competition. And one thing we learned under Nick Saban, the GOAT, is that competition is a great thing. Pressure creates diamonds. And this is a situation where Alabama is trying to get as much competition, as much competitive depth as they possibly can at a position where they were lacking some numbers. Dashawn Jones is a guy who is an experienced cornerback from Wake Forest, and Alabama was not the only big program that wanted him, which is why this is such a big win. In fact, LSU was also named as a team that was hot on the heels of Dashawn Jones. If we look at his last season at Wake Forest, he had 3 interceptions and 2 passes deflected. And if you compare him with, say, a Damani Jackson, someone who I'm really excited about coming from USC to Alabama, remember, Damani Jackson was a former top 10 player in all of high school football, regardless of position. So you have Damani Jackson, former 5-star, all the 5 stars they just got, and then an experienced defensive back in Dashawn Jones, someone who is proven to be a guy that you need to look out for on the defensive side of the ball. But the question must be asked, how does this help Alabama going forward? Well, that to me is pretty self-explanatory. Alabama already likes the talent they have at the cornerback position, but the numbers were a little bit of a question, and the lack of experience was a question. Now you get more numbers, you get more experience to go along with all of the immense talent you have. There's a reason why I keep talking about these 3 5-star freshmen. There's a reason why you have Jaleel Hurley in there and then Damani Jackson. But I don't think Alabama is done in the transfer portal just yet. Remember, they were looking at an offensive lineman from Michigan State. They were also looking at the safety from Penn State, King Mack. And this is where I need to hear from all of you. Because Alabama and Coach Kalen DeBoer were forthright that they wanted help in the secondary, and they've been able to get some help in the secondary, but that they also wanted help on the offensive line. Do you believe that Alabama will get the other 2 wins for King Mack and for this offensive lineman from Michigan State? I can't wait to hear from you. That's it. See ya.